We used to walk all the way to Peter Street to this pizza spot owned by my homegirl Karen. And back then it was Slice. And she owned Slice, and there was nothing over here really. It was the barbershop, and it was Slice. It was Off the Hook Barbershop, and it was Slice. We was like, nothing was really over here, and we just wanted a place realistically then. It was like, yo, we can create some art, we can smoke some weed, people won't bother us, there's nobody really around here, we can really just be ourselves and create something.
So last week I mentioned that I was falling out of love with the idea of just having a whole lot of talking in my films. I really have a lot of wonderful things that I want to show y'all, and I personally think that the things that you see and enjoy and, you know, interpret for yourself are best served up with as little talking as possible. That means you're gonna need some really good B-roll. So what is B-roll? Well, B-roll traditionally is the footage that supplements the primary narrative. So in this case,
I want to talk about how if you open up your mind, you can see how poor people can actually be the answer to America's problems. I want to start something and teach people using abandoned buildings in Atlanta. You take these abandoned buildings, you make them art community centers, and you teach young people how to use art in other creative ways to make money. Then you hear them niggas. But this right here, on this side, can be tattoo stations lined up in here. So every tattoo area, I'm gonna give them windows. So if you tattooing, you have your tattoo station, you like to look at your shit, line it up, and you can be tattooing in the window. You got me? Literally got natural light to tattoo in. That's dope as well. Everybody gonna love that shit. So this side will be all the tattoo stations lined up. On this side, it'll be like maybe like a photo booth somewhere right here. And then right here be like big, large painting sections so people can really paint. So while you getting tattooed, you seeing some of your best favorite artists come in and paint live for you.
So the great thing about archival footage is you have the option to create new footage and have that be supplemented by something that already exists.
This right here is our artist, this could be our artist social club right here. Nice. It has 6 tattoo artists, each booth have a tattoo artist in it. Wow. On this side will be all painters. And then the front windows will be all illustrators. So it'll be a breakdown of illustrators, graphic designers, tattoo artists, photographers, painters, and it'd be all, you know, all the stuff you do by hand, all the good stuff.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
You got vision.
Now, since I intend to talk about a process, you know, I want to show the steps. So if I'm going to keep the talking down in the film, it would be best if I have the actual steps to show. Alright, so within this bag, you have, you know, padding for transport. So the thing with drives like these, so City of Ink has been a thing for 12 years. That means these drives are at least 10 years old, and you can always tell by the type of ports they have. So these are Firewire 400 ports. This is the dinosaur's way of transporting files and looking like a little USB, like negative 2.0. Like, I got a hard drive, it's something like maybe like half this size, but you know, and it's only a terabyte. You also have to, you know, keep an older computer around, or at least adapters and all types of doohickeys. This thing got a goddamn disk drive. Let's see if this cuts on. Ooh. Hold it a little longer. Alright, gotta charge it properly. Alright. Ooh, it's making noise. Oh shit. Listen to that baby purr. I like to take notes along the way on what I have. My notes honestly are a big part of the editing I do before I start editing. So I figured I would give y'all a little bit of a look at my timeline and how I organize these things. It's a process with a few layers. It all starts with being pretty organized. So these are all my bins. Within these bins, I have everything where I need it to be. I like things to be in front of me already, so I can just focus on cutting, because when I get into a rhythm with my cutting, I like to stay in rhythm. I do things like label sections, so when I start moving them around, I know what they're for. I know that this is an interview with me. And I'm about to label. Oh, just switch timelines. So yeah, I'll explain that. So each timeline is focusing on something different. This is focusing on everything leading up to the build out. This is the actual night of the show. These are just the interviews that I shot last week. This is the build out bin, so that goes on the build out timeline. Cut it down. This was cut from 5 hours to 1 hour and 14 minutes. I've cut down about 12 hours worth of stuff to about 2 hours. And I know that if I just take that down to 10%, I got a strong 20-minute piece.
When I was a kid about your age, I went to a place called the Delta House. And the Delta House was a place that I could go after school and create artwork. And all the stuff that my mom couldn't afford to buy me, they had it there. They would feed us lunch. They would give us art supplies, and we would go in once a week and we'd create art. And then everything I learned there, I used as an adult, and that's how I built this place.
Oh, hi.
What's up? It's really beneficial to develop a very intimate relationship with your B-roll, your style, and how you capture it, because when you look at the images as the primary driving force of the film, what would this film be saying if people couldn't hear it? How loud are your images? So this has been episode 4. We're gonna have a major scenery change. The next episode, I'm gonna be taking a trip to a place to teach some things and to shoot some things. Also, like and subscribe to the channel. Stay up to date with what's going on. The documentary piece is gonna be coming in a few weeks. Going by this process piece by piece, so I'm kind of like excited to be sharing it, because when people see the documentary piece and then they'll have something to refer back to, this will just be waiting for them here. So I'm looking forward to that. Stay tuned, and I'm gonna go get back to work. I got editing to do, as always. Peace.